Right now, my mother coughs outside, still sick. Almost certainly from the fumes. Fumes. They spray me under my door, my own family. And I tell you, this plague, this dark plague that is devouring humanity, these ravenous, rapacious, ferocious wolves, these rabid hounds, they won't just destroy me if I allow them to. They will destroy all of you. Look at what they're doing with Buddhism. They tell me, they want me to be a Buddhist, but they don't want me to be a Buddhist. Like many of you Buddhists who are watching this video, they want me to be a New Age Buddhist. They want to take over your religions, infiltrate them the rest of the way, leave you with nothing. Why? Why? What did you do to them? That's the problem, is that you didn't do anything to them. And so they will destroy everything sacred, everything that is supposed to be sacrosanct. They will destroy. Your children, your descendants will be taught in the ways of the New Age. They will take over everything that you hold dear. They will finish infiltrating Christianity. They will bring in the New Age religion. They will bring in the Luciferian doctrine. So as I was meditating, as I was praying, as I was having a communion, so to speak, with the Lord, I felt Him so gently, so carefully say to me. He said to me, without saying anything, of course, I felt it. He said, Chukwuemeka, why do you ask me why they persecute you when you know why? And I really didn't even ask him. He knew that my heart was asking why, even though I know why. But God was telling me, go get them. Why do you let them persecute the innocents? Why do you let them harass, molest the righteous? Why do you let them? He said to me, without saying anything, mind you, what do you think you are here for? To play stupid while the wolves eat the sheep? The baby sheep? I don't know what the word is right now. Do you know what I mean? The baby sheep. Did I put you there to tiptoe through the tulips with a bunch of determined dragons? He said, you are a transcendent hero. Now make me proud. God isn't on my back, per se, nagging me. He knew that all he had to do was gently fill me with the Spirit, and I would understand. There was no sign in the sky. The sign was through the Spirit. The Spirit communicated. Communion, communication. Community. Those innocent children in the Middle East, in Asia, in Africa, the little children being led astray right here at home in America. Looking at me, They look at me. And it's just like they know who I am and what I'm meant to do. They say, why do you let us suffer? What did we do to you? All in good time, my friends. All in good time. I will address the scum when everything is right. Sometimes when you're at war, you just can't rush in and plant your flag. You have to wait. You have to deal with them tactfully. Tactically. Strategically. But rest assured, you will be avenged. Your loved ones, your pain, we see it. The Lord sees it. Some people will say, if God exists, he's a cruel God. That's what they say in hell as well. If there is a God, he's cruel. They're letting us suffer. Everybody has choices. We are given a choice when we are brought into this world. Either we move toward the light and have eternal salvation. We become one with the righteous. We have our place amongst the ancestors, the ancestral speech. Or we move toward abomination, degradation. And we are devalued as depraved hounds, hellhounds. Complete scum guard the gates of hell and make sure that only filth are allowed in. Because they don't want someone like me to get in there and to start slaughtering everything. And believe me, we would. And God told us to. I am but a humble servant of the Most High. And only for the purposes of taking command in my just place, my place in the army of the Lord as a high-ranking officer, do I emphatically declare, do I emphasize my importance? I am sent by God, and you will obey the will of God. And I will help remind you what it is. Especially when I see you going astray. This is just a temporary life. I'm just falling in line and doing what the Lord tells me to do. Many of you see this as pretentious behavior, pompous behavior, cocky, self-centered, self-deluded, self-righteous. No. It's just a man of honor, falling in line with the principles and the moral code that has been passed down by ancestors, by prophets, saints, disciples, apostles, the Messiah. They say, you know in your spirit the truth. You know in your heart. And you do. We must love one another enough to punish the wicked and help the righteous. I gave them time to repent because that is a form of loving my enemy. I will not let my enemies defy God, but I will love them enough to point them in the right direction. As I have addressed the log in my eye over and over, I also had the heart to point out whatever may be in my fellow man's eye, so that we may see together. We may see the glory of God's world. together. In the Bible, there was a man who was cured by Jesus. And they questioned him and they said, well, how do you know it wasn't the evil one? And he said to them, not in these words, why would the evil one allow me to see the beauty of God's world? No strings attached. I say the same to you. If I am not of the Lord, then why am I teaching you to really live in reality? To ignore Babylon's illusion? Why have I reached out to you regardless of race? Regardless of creed, I have offered you truth. As a man of honor should. If I am not of the Lord, then why do I carry my cross? Why am I persecuted by the enemy? Why is he constantly sending darts my way? Why doesn't he want you to hear my message? I'll address one more thing in this video. If I had not been so harsh on women, would they learn? How was I supposed to tell them? Perhaps you're doing the wrong thing. Nicely? Okay. I told them every way possible. I told them nicely. I told them harshly. I put pictures on the wall showing what bad women are. And that's what I will do now after this video. I will print out a picture, and hopefully my printer doesn't mess it up. I will print out a picture of a woman I believe to be a good woman, who either is a good woman or was a good woman. I haven't thought of one yet. And I'll put it on my wall. You'll see it in the next video. My little brother told me, at some point he said, well, these women have been through all this stuff. And I'm like, I know, but I heard him out. I was fighting the urge to say, I know all this, but I got to tell him like this, and he said, you have to be careful, how you explain it to them, And that's what it is, my friends. The New World Order is trying to tell my family to say some things. The world is being told by the New World Order to mislead me. But I hear what is right in my soul, and that's how I know which way to go. And I constantly check my moral compass to see if I made a mistake, a miscalculation, because nobody is perfect. And so I will print out that picture. And I will try to not think of the countless knives through my back in my heart that were placed there by a female. By females. Why some of them mocked me. Why should we date a guy who believes in this patriarchal, religion? Why should we date a guy who lives with his parents? Why should we date a guy who makes videos all day? And so on and so forth. Mocked with knives in my back. Seen them using their pussy power to bring in the New World Order. And many, for the last several weeks, I have poison oak, on my neck, on my eyelids, on my face. Plagues brought on, me by the New World Order, not by God. Mocked by women. But yet, stay tuned. You will see ones. Probably I'll put them here. Not because I want you to say that she's just as bad as them, but I want you to see that yes, because there were good women, I know to be harsh to bad women. Thank you.